The fact that you are hearing my voice right now is not an accident. The algorithms of this world operate on mindless clicks, but your mind operates on a frequency. This video only finds you when your soul is ready to decode a very specific phenomenon. Let's name the threat immediately. Recently, you have found yourself in a period of intense shedding. You have entered a deep, quiet isolation. You are watched relationships dissolve, invitations dry up, and circles shrink down to almost nothing. If you are currently sitting in this quiet space, feeling misunderstood, lonely, and wondering why you suddenly feel like an alien in your own life, listen to me closely. You haven't failed. You haven't ruined your social status. You are currently living through a deliberate structural purge. You are being forced out of the noise because your current internal frequency is preparing for an elite expansion. Before we descend deeper into this map, let's draw a definitive line in the sand. This video is not for people who are isolated themselves out of lazy depression, fear of the world, or antisocial bitterness. If you are using isolation as a victim card to complain about how bad society is, turn this off right now. Go back to scrolling through the cheap noise of the masses. We are only talking to the people whose isolation feels like a profound, painful sacrifice. When you are trapped in a standard survival tension, your brain convinces you that you must stay connected to ordinary systems just to survive socially. You tolerate low vibrational drama, toxic friendships, and uninspiring environments because you are terrified of being alone. But a true master understands that isolation is a necessary transaction. You are voluntarily sacrificing low level attention to buy high level clarity. Why did your higher self orchestrate this isolation? Because reality is resonance based, not force based. When you try to force yourself to fit into environments that don't match your depths, you warp your identity. You turn down your intelligence, mute your intuition, and blend into the background just to keep the people around you comfortable. But look at what happens when you finally accept Hermit Mode. You stop pushing. You stop trying to convince people of your value. In this solitary chamber, you begin to heal your root chakra. Look your deepest shadows in the eye and build an absolute, unwavering self-trust. Imagine walking out of this phase completely unbothered. When you step back into ordinary systems, you don't fight them. You are like oil on water to their chaos. because you have cultivated an internal environment of absolute wholeness. Lower level drama has no hooks inside you to grab onto. Your peasants literally glitched the old matrix because you stopped playing their hierarchy game. You became your own authority. Once your immediate survival and identity traps are cleared through isolation, you unlock the progress tension. This is where your true genius is expressed. Think of archetypes like Steve Irwin or Bob Ross. They didn't achieve awe-inspiring lives by blending into the crowd or begging for likes. They anchored themselves so deeply in their dramatic, authentic being that their mere presence commanded effortless abundance and attention. That is what the universe is preparing for you in this quiet phase. You are clearing your field to call forward an entirely premium tier of life. First, material resources, an undeniable inheritance of recognition and wealth that matches your rare cognitive depths. You aren't missing out on life while you are alone in this room. You are hanging the fairy lights. You are setting the table. You are starting the party with yourself first, so that when the right elements arrive, they meet a whole creator, not a starving spectacle. Hermit Mode is not a life sentence, it's a portal. But to step through it, you must execute one unavoidable act of radical rebellion today. Stop checking your old circuits. Stop checking the digital noise to see if they are noticed your absence. Instead, take a deep breath right now. Back away the opinions of the 99% into a small mental box and set it aside. For the next 24 hours, give your mind the luxury of absolute silent focus on your distinct gifts. Look at your past low moments, not as pain, but as raw material for your next major creation. If this conversation felt like coming home to your true self, your mind is officially ready for the premium tier of life. Show your alignment by liking, subscribing, and claiming your status in the comments below. Stay in your power, and we will meet in our next expensive dialogue.